Welcome future ninth graders to Westwood High School. My name is Ms. Browning and I'm the lead counselor. I'm going to be walking you through your ninth grade course selection Google form. So today this was shared with you. I'm going to really outline and go through the process and hopefully answer a lot of questions before we turn you loose to fill out your Google form. So in the past, traditionally in the spring, the Westwood counselors would come down to the middle schools and we would help you pick your courses in person. This year, because of the pandemic, that's just not possible. We want to make sure everybody is safe, and this is a great alternative that's going to give you lots of information to help you and your family make the best decision for you. So you're going to be getting to select 8 courses for your ninth grade year. I know it might seem like it's still early in the spring of your 8th grade year, but we have to start early to get your courses reserved, so that's why we can build the perfect master schedule to ensure you get your courses. So first thing you're going to do when you open this form is you're going to watch this video before beginning the whole process. So there's no point to scroll ahead until you've watched this video. So if you click on the link, it's going to take you to YouTube. And this is what you and your parents are going to need to watch. It's 18 minutes, but it is going to walk you through how to select your classes at Westwood. It's going to talk about 4-year planning. Don't be alarmed. You're not actually filling out a 4-year plan. We're just picking your ninth grade courses. But this PowerPoint video is gonna show you so much more than just picking your courses. It's gonna give you the big picture of what life at Westwood will look like over the next 4 years. It's gonna talk about what you need to graduate, the different requirements, and then it's going to let you see if you take what you choose in ninth grade could then affect what you'll take the next few years. So again, it might say as you're filling out your 4-year plan, but in reality, we're just picking your ninth grade year. It's meant to be helpful to see kind of the end picture, because I think you need to know where you're going in order to pick your ninth grade classes. So once you watch the video, you're going to go back to your course selection. The next thing here's the virtual freshman choice sheet. This is going to give you all the great course descriptions you would want to know to pick your 8 classes. So one way I like to use this is, for example, you see here English 1. Everybody's got to take an English class next year. So for English, you're going to see there's 2 options that most students will pick. There's English 1, there's English 1 Advanced, and then if you receive tag services for English, you could pick that option. But if you're like, I don't know the differences, well, click on the English 1. And it's going to give you a course description. It's going to tell you how they grade. How do they teach? What's the instructional style? What type of assessments do they do? And the average amount of homework. Then you would go to English 1 Advanced. Look at the course description. Look at the grading structure. How is it taught? What's the homework load? You can easily see the differences. You would pick the course that's right for you. You're going to do the same thing for social studies, math, science, and then you might need to do it on some of your electives. As you scroll down, maybe you're not sure, should I do biomedical or health science? Well, click on biomed, get its information. Then click on health science and get on its information. That way you can make the best decision possible. So after you've done your choice sheet, you're going to see here it says, please have this form completed by February 5th. This should be done by you and your parents together through your student email account. Please submit only one time. If you need to make any changes after you submit, you'll need to email your high school counselor. So if you're wondering who your high school counselor is, this is them. So it's done by your last name. So I'll give you an example. My last name is Browning, so starts with the letter B. I would fall into this A through CHEQ category because Browning would be right in here. So that would mean my counselor would be Miss Gutierrez. This is her email address and phone number. So this is how I can get a hold of her to say, I accidentally clicked English 1, I meant Advanced English 1. Now let's go over the general timeline. So today, January 19th, you received this form. So you have till February 5th to watch the video, explore the virtual choice sheet, If you have any specific questions because you're not sure on one decision or two, you can email your future counselor or call them to ask, and then have this form submitted with your 8 choices by February 5th. From February 5th to March 31st, your counselors are going to be looking at every single one of your choice courses for next year. So we're going to make sure that the 8 classes you selected are the right ones for you. So we're going to look at your grades for middle school. We're going to look at some test data. We're going to make sure that your courses match what you should be taking. We're also going to look to make sure that if there were any prerequisites. So for example, you signed up for Art 2 ceramics. Well, that course said you had to have taken Art 1 for high school credit in middle school. So we're going to make sure you have that course already. So we're going to make sure that no mistakes can be made. If we find anything that we are a little concerned about or we don't have an answer for, we're going to call you. We're going to call you between that time frame to say, hey, we noticed one of your classes. We have a question about it. And if we need to make a change, then we can. On April 1st, we are going to open up in home access your course requests. So you and your parents will be able to log in and see your 8 classes for next year. This is where we ask, please double check that all your 8 courses were entered in correctly, because we're humans and we can make mistakes. And if we accidentally sign you up for the wrong class, we don't want you to be stuck in it. So we're going to have you double check that your 8 classes are right. Also, this is your last chance if you want to change your mind on anything. So maybe you signed up for Principles of Health Science, but you really decided over the last month it should have been biomedical science. Between April 1st and May 1st, you can email your counselor any changes you want. After May 1st, your classes will be locked for next year. We hire teachers. We build our master schedule based off the courses you sign up for. So at high school, if you're thinking in August, when I get to school and I get to Westwood, I'll be able to change my mind. I decided over the summer I don't want to do this class. I want to take something else. That will not be possible. There are no schedule changes after May 1st. So we ask that you take this very serious and spend a lot of time between this video and the virtual freshman choice sheet to make the best decision for you and your family. Next, you're going to click Next. This is where we need to make sure when you submit this form, we know who we're talking to. So your last name, I'm going to fill it out as if it was me and I was a student. So it's going to be Browning. My first name is Holly. School ID number. Well, I'm not a student, so I'm just going to type in some ones as my ID number. Please put in your school ID number. You don't need to do the letter S first, just your ID number. Then I want you to type in your student Gmail. Go ahead and type it in. If you have a cell phone, go ahead and put one in here. I put in my work phone number because I'm not going to put my cell phone number on here. If you don't have a cell phone, that's fine. The next question are special programs you might be receiving services. So special ed, 504, or English as a second language. Remember, this is just going to your counselor. If you're not receiving any of these services, click none of the above. The next section is your parent information. We also want to know how to get a hold of your parent if we need to. Let's say we find something we're not sure about and we need to call you in that window. We want to have this information. So please type in your parent's name. So for me, since this is just an example, I'm just going to write mom instead of giving out my mother's name. Then I want you to put in the phone number. I'm just going to type in 123 and just give an example. And again, you're going to type in their email address. So again, I'm just putting a little thing so we can move on. So now we're at the fun part, picking your 8 classes. So everybody has to take your core classes, just like you've been doing since first grade. Everybody has to take English, a social studies, a math, a science, and a language other than English. Most people will take. So English. You'll need to pick one of these options. So let's say I researched on the virtual choice sheet that was linked in, and I've decided I want to do Advanced English 1. That class sounds the best for me. I'm going to click on Advanced English 1. For social studies, my second course, you know what? I'm kind of thinking I might want to go the IB program. I'm not 100% sure. Well, the one course you have to take if you think you might want to go into the IB program in 11th grade is IB Prep Human Geography Studies. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now I have 2 courses of my 8 selected. Now I'm going to scroll down to math. Well, let's say I was in 8th grade math as an 8th grader. So I'm going to sign up for Algebra 1. Now I have 3 courses. Science. Okay, so it's biology or biology advanced or tag. I'm not in tag, so I think I might try regular biology this year. That way my course load is balanced. So I've got my 4 core classes done. Well, language. Well, this year I was in German 1B. So next year I'm going to sign up for German 2, and I think I'm going to go with this one. So now I'm at 5. I've got math, science, social studies, English, and language. So that means I have 3 electives to pick. So first I get to the physical education and athletics. You know what? I'm not going to take anything from this one this year. So I'm going to click not taking. I'm going to go ahead and do PE maybe a different year. Now I get to the Academy of Business and Industry. Ooh, I see fashion design. I really wanted to take that. So that's going to be one of my 3 electives. So now I'm up to a total of 6. Public service. None of those look like the right class for me for this year. So I'm going to say not taking. Academy of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, so our STEM Academy. You know what? I've been really interested in computer science. You know, I've never done it before, so I think I need to sign up for Computer Science 1 because on the virtual choice sheet, it said Computer Science 1 was for somebody who has no experience versus Principles of Computer Science was for somebody who has experience with coding. I don't, so I'm going to click that one. So now that means I had my 4 core classes, my German, and for my electives, I've had fashion design, computer science. So that's putting me to 7. So I get 1 more class. Health science. You know what? I don't think I'm going to take that this year. I really was wanting to take a dance class. So that will be my 8th class. Oh, you know what? It should have been advanced because I have been taking middle school dance and I dance outside of school. So I have dance experience. So I'm going to put Principles of Dance 1 Advanced. So that gives me 8 classes. At this point, we've reached the end. So what I would recommend is scroll back up and make sure you selected 8 courses. And just double check that you have 8 selected. If you do, go back to the bottom and click Next. The first thing here, this is our final page, is alternates. Everybody needs to pick 3 alternates. So just in case something with your schedule doesn't work, what are 3 other classes you would be willing to take? So for me, you know, I picked I picked dance. I also really like tap. So I might go ahead and put tap 1 as an alternate to my advanced dance. I thought Principles of Health Science looked neat. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on here as well. And I thought, digital media. Those would be my 3. If you're at this point thinking, I don't know what else, just go back over to the choice sheet and select 3 more. Read through them all and pick 3 more. After you've done your 3 alternates, I need you and your parents to read these 4 honor statements to make sure you understand. Check them as you go through them. And again, I'm going to ask you one more time because it's so important that you only pick 8 classes that I need you to double check that you only selected 8 courses. The only other option would be I selected more than 8 classes because I picked either cross-country, track, or off-campus PE. Those don't meet during the school hours. So you might technically have more than 8 by doing those 3 options only. The last part is any other notes you want to leave your counselor. So an example I can think of here is I selected Advanced Dance 1. Maybe I'm thinking about trying out for Warrior Pride, our JV dance team. And if I make that, I want, instead of taking Advanced Dance 1, I want Warrior Pride. So what I would do is right here is just tell my counselor that. I'm planning on trying out for Warrior Pride. If I make the team, please take me out of Dance 1 Advanced. And then I would click Submit, and you would be done. And then your counselor will get notified of your 8 courses so we can begin the process come February 6th of making sure all your courses are correct. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and we cannot wait to meet you and have you on our campus at Westwood next year. Have a great rest of your 8th grade year.